everything is a scam nowadays. And I don't know if it's because for whatever reason people are just so much more easy to take advantage of now, or if it's because of the rapidly declining economy that's forcing companies to rip us off.
Count days, McDonald's.
I'm gonna need y'all to start checking your drinks before you leave McDonald's, because it now appears they're trying to swindle the people who give them hard-earned money by telling their employees that if a customer wants a large, just fill a medium cup and put that medium cup inside of the large cup instead, just so that they can trick the customer into thinking they're actually getting what they ordered. Knowingly stealing from your customers while making the exact same amount of profit is absolutely disgusting. So while I don't want to make you paranoid, I also want you guys to get what you pay for. So it doesn't hurt to start checking before you leave. And then, even worse, someone who lives in Amsterdam uploaded a video that said, when you paid for your meal, but McDonald's still wants you to pay to use the toilet. And the gasp that left my mouth when I read this was unbelievable. The reason that this video in particular is so horrible to me is simply because I believe that charging anybody to use the restroom is inhumane. Sorry, I don't care. But here, it's even worse than it normally would be, simply just because it's always been free to use McDonald's bathrooms. Every time without failure that I've been on a long drive or on an overnight road trip, I've always known that at every rest stop along the way, I can rely on McDonald's to use the restroom because they're always so accessible. And now, if this is already happening in the Netherlands, it's going to start slowly happening everywhere, and that is a scam. And the fact that a paying customer doesn't even get bathroom access with their order is just ridiculous. Usually, if you encounter an establishment that makes you buy something before they give you access to the bathroom, they're more than happy to give you the key when you buy a bottle of water. But it's two individual transactions at McDonald's. You have to buy a meal, but you also have to pay for access to the bathroom. What the hell is their problem? How greedy can one company possibly be? And don't even get me started on the sign they have in that bathroom where only one person is allowed to use it at a time. What if somebody is taking their absolute damn time in the bathroom, which is a situation we've all encountered within our lives, and somebody who's been holding for 2 hours desperately needs to use the bathroom ASAP? What? They have to wait for that person to stop using the stall instead of McDonald's just opening another stall? Oh my god, I am so sorry I keep harping on about this one specific video, but this is genuinely infuriating to me.
Uber drivers are out here running a scam, and I'm not here for any of it. This driver and I had a standoff for 2 hours because he kept telling me, oh, cancel the trip, you're going to see in these text messages that I'm showing you. And I'm like, if you realized that you were too far and you couldn't come, why didn't you cancel the trip? I was reaching out to him because I had requested the ride at 4:34. It said he was 8 minutes away, and it was 5:11. I hadn't heard from him, so I had called him. He told me to cancel the flight, please. Why call my? I said, I will not cancel. I will wait, because a lot of Uber drivers are running this scam where they're purposely taking rides that are too far from them. They're trying to frustrate customers so that they can cancel and they can collect the cancellation fee. So I told him, no, I will not cancel. He said, why are you talking so much? Please cancel the request. I said, no, I will not cancel. So I called him and he texted me. He's like, I don't want to come. This is at 5:45. Remember, I had requested the ride at 4:34. And I told him I will not cancel. This man literally kept driving further and further away from where I was just so that he can have some excuse to make me cancel the ride. But I didn't cancel. This was at 6:23 because remember, I told you I have time today. I said, if you don't understand English, pick up the phone. I can speak Arabic and give you directions to where I am, but I will not cancel. Oh, by the way, after 2 hours, he finally canceled. But what I'm trying to understand with Uber, that entire time, I tried to reach out to Uber. Uber never got back to me.
She then goes on to question why Uber doesn't have a system within their app where they can recognize that the driver hasn't picked up the person who ordered the ride for 2 hours. That's pretty odd. How come nobody has been picked up yet? Like, why is there no checkup system? If all of these Uber drivers are scamming people by forcing their riders to cancel the order so that they can cash in on the cancellation fees, why is Uber just allowing this to happen? I'm sorry, but it is just the dumbest scam because he waited 2 hours to cancel the ride. He was trying to make her crack first just so that he could scam her. But in reality, during all of that time that he wasted, those 120 minutes, he could have dropped her off and accepted multiple ride requests after completing her job and made more money after dropping her off than he would have if she had just cancelled the ride. I had this happen to me. After 8 minutes, I screenshotted the Uber driver, the conversation and everything. I told him that I had screenshotted everything and he immediately cancelled the trip. So with this scam, you either have to play the waiting game and prevent yourself from getting home, or you have to threaten to report them to Uber in order for them to cancel the ride themselves, just so that you're not scammed out of your hard-earned money. That is just awful. Also, something else that's terrible about Uber is that they allow restaurants to scam customers by letting them use AI-generated images on their app instead of real, genuine pictures of their actual food in order to make their food look, quote, better than it actually is. So really, are people going to be getting what they paid for at all in the near future on Uber Eats? I don't know why there isn't regulations against this on Uber Eats. That is literal fraud because it's literally tricking people in broad daylight. They're getting something different from what you're advertising. How is that legal?
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you the biggest scam in history, buying ink cartridges and toners. Long story short, I had to print off some documents at home and halfway through the ink started to go off and I had to replace the cartridge. And I remember changing these ink cartridges. They used to probably be $30 back in the day. Now that I went to Officeworks and had a look at the price, I almost had a heart attack. $105 just to replace the black ink. There's only one type of brand that I can purchase for my particular printer. So there's not even a knockoff brand that you can purchase for a cheaper price. And look, I don't even know how this works. You buy the exact same printer and it's $47 and you get both colored and black ink cartridges. I might as well just keep buying a new printer at this rate.
The part that sickens me the most about this is the fact that there is no alternative. So you can say, oh, but you don't have to buy the $100 ink all you want, but you literally can't. They block third-party ink cartridges. So you literally have no choice. So it's either you buy the $100 ink or you buy a whole new printer for over $50 less. Riddle me this. How is the printer cheaper than the ink? That's like if Apple charged more for the phone charger than they did for the actual phone. So not only can you not use third-party ink, but the printer costs less than the ink. God, they are just unashamedly pricing people out of printing at home because it's literally cheaper to just get in your car and drive to your local office supply store and get the pages that you need printed there instead for mere cents. Shame on you, HP! But customers aren't safe literally anywhere, because grocery stores are making the prices of their products higher for absolutely no reason and are trying to hide it from us in broad daylight by treating us like we're stupid and thinking we won't check behind these stickers to see the real price. It's happening in Australia too. Woolies was selling a bag of chicken munchies for $10, but tried to put them on special for $11 by trying to tell you that you're saving $2 because the original price has been slashed down from $13. Oh, but just go to a different shopping center. I can't do that because it happens everywhere. At Kohl's, they tried putting ice cream on special for $8.50 when the original price of the ice cream is $7.20. That is a $1.30 difference. So you're being charged more than the original price on a sticker that's supposed to give you the discount. Oh, it's on special, all right. That is a special price. Yeah. We're not even safe filling up our cars anymore because this woman called the gas pump at Walmart continuing to run the gallons up and charge her more money for gas that she wasn't putting in her car. It just kept counting like it was. Oh, but Hayley, it's only 9 cents. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that mindset right there is how these companies constantly scam us with no consequences and absolutely no change. That's how they get away with it. The person in the caption also mentioned that the gas station had been receiving more than one complaint. They'd actually been receiving a lot of complaints recently about that pump, and yet they've not done a single thing about it at all. They just let it happen. Because why would they fix that? It's good for them. And what's even worse is the fact that they have the audacity to let this happen, and yet they still have the audacity to continue raising the price of petrol. So either way, we're getting scammed, and that's just lovely, isn't it?
Hey Goodwill, do you realize that this is absolute robbery, selling a dress for $46 that was originally sold for $17?
Fast food drinks aren't safe. Toilets aren't safe. Ubers aren't safe. Food delivery isn't safe. Printers aren't safe. Grocery shopping isn't safe. Pumping gas isn't safe. Hell, not even Goodwill is safe anymore. So what is? Where can we go where we're not being scammed? Does that exist anymore? Because they also want to charge more than retail price for an empty jar of sauce. Like, if you're gonna charge retail price for no sauce, why would I not just go to Walmart and buy the exact same jar, newer and cheaper, and that feeds me? Oh my god, I'm sorry, but I detest Goodwill. But I also detest Amazon a hell of a lot more for charging exorbitant prices for the most mundane items that did not need to be created.
I'm getting close to half a gallon of water in a day, but I don't think I could do it if I didn't have this water bottle because wait for it. Keep waiting and watch the number on the screen. It's tracking every ounce of water I drink. It's touchscreen showing you the percentage you've drank in the battery. And watch it also talk to me. It lights up blue to remind you to drink the water, and it sends you notifications on your phone so there's no forgetting. Everything is tailored within the app to your own personal goals. It's also a beautiful bottle. I have it linked in the orange shopping cart below. It's on sale, free shipping. Go grab it.
Are we stupid now? I am genuinely asking. Has the human race just got worms for brains now? Oh my god, there is a much simpler and a much cheaper way to track the amount of water that you drink in a day instead of paying over $100 for an app to tell you this is a scam. Let me let you in on a little secret. Every single water bottle tells you how much water it can hold. It tells you the capacity. And in this case, the bottle holds 630 milliliters. So what does that mean? If I refill this 3 times a day, I've basically reached my daily water intake. And I did that without spending $100. I just used this glorious thing that the Lord gave me, and that's a brain. Also, the fact that a water bottle has a battery life and it needs to be charged, otherwise it literally cannot track the amount of water that you drink, is actually the biggest waste of money that I can think of. Because congratulations, when the water bottle dies, you have a regular bottle of water. So what did you pay $100 for? And also, even if the bottle dies, I know the capacity of the bottle, so I still know how much I'm drinking without the tracker. Who the hell is buying this useless garbage?
Okay, this is another genius Amazon find. I just went and walked into the water. This is a sand remover. I actually hate beach because I hate all the sand, but this will get all of the sand off of you. A little sand eraser.
Be zen, be zen. This disc is almost $40. A quote, eraser to wipe sand off of your feet is $40. For a price like that, I would rather get sand in my car than ever pay for something so damn useless that has plenty of free alternatives. For example, you literally have a towel sitting right in front of you. Once you're ready to leave the beach and get back in your car to drive yourself home, use that towel to wipe your feet. Or use the free taps that every single beach has to rinse your feet of that sand. Or carry around a pair of flip-flops to minimize the amount of sand that you get on your feet. Or so you can change into them before you get back in the car. So what was the point in showing me this product? Look, I'm sorry to say this, but if you can't find a way to get sand off of your feet without having to spend $40, you need to level up as a human being, because clearly you are not a resourceful person. If you need to spend money to get sand off of your feet, you weren't raised correctly. Oh right, the point in selling this for $40 was so that you could scam people. Sorry, forgot about that. I'll just go on about my day. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Mwah. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video with your money, because I hope you don't spend it on the internet anymore. Be smart, please. If it doesn't have reviews, if it doesn't have pictures, do not spend your money on it. Bye, guys.